Hi, hello, how are you? My name is William David Anslow, and I am the author of the book Parallel. It is a science fiction action adventure novel that is chock full of magic, crystals, and, parallel universes. Today we're actually going to read the first chapter of the book, so with that, let's go ahead and dig right in. Part 1, Analogy. Chapter 1, River. As Ian Yule's fingers composed themselves through a flurry of motions, the concrete sidewalk in front of him began to disintegrate, crumbling into coarse rubble, free-falling for what seemed like forever into an endless abyss. Ian pauses for a moment, standing in his slim, slender black suit, in a near meditative state. His thumb and index fingers were interlocked with each other, while the remaining fingers touched in a pyramid-shaped fashion. A few seconds later, a dark pool of water begins to flow out from the sky and into the seemingly never-ending void. Almost like a waterfall from the heavens, only this water appeared calm as a dark iridescent river, without agitation. A river that reflected a crisp image of the world around it. A young, willowy, somewhat pale boy stands before the mirroring guise of the river. Callum Lill could feel the apprehensive energy emanating from this unnatural body of water. He would later ponder on the idea of why no one appeared even the slightest bit interested in what was going on, as if it were visible to the naked eye. The unimaginable is on the other side of this, he thinks to himself. Ian smirks as he notices Callum's tension with the river. Go on, the doorway won't stay open for much longer. And do your best to remember what we're doing here. Look for all the inconsistencies you can discern, Ian says as his fingers are still holding their oddly shaped structure. I know the memory fog will prove to be difficult to overcome, but you will rise above it, and then we can finally proceed forward, Ian explains in a calm demeanor. But this doesn't make any sense, explained the boy in speculation. Ian smirked a crooked smile as he simply replied, It's not really supposed to, at first. The boy, who was just a couple months shy of 16, with a timid nature, advances towards the river, pressing the palm of his right hand against the ebony stream, feeling the moist darkness engulf the chasm labyrinths that lay on his hand, eating away at the existence that lived in this realm. Little by little, bit by bit, Callum climbed into the depths of the vertical magic sky river, and as he pushed onward, the seemingly calm river was now a ruthless, rapid torrent, pulling his existence in what felt like all directions. Callum could begin to feel himself slipping. He could feel himself drowning in this river, but at the same time not drowning. There was no way to explain the sensation at the time, and he knew he would soon forget the ordeal in a few moments anyways. So really, what was the point? Slowly, his existence was fading. The more of him that set off in that new direction, the less of him that was still here to experience this somewhat drawn-out, transitional experience. Callum could feel the scales of his consciousness tipping. Gradually, he was becoming not himself. What little of him remained pondered on what he was becoming in this reality and the next. The river was drowning Callum, but only in a sense of drowning out his current known alias, as the waterway pulled him to a new world. The world as he knew it began to crumble beneath him. The water around him began to disintegrate into dust. Everything around him began to fade away. He could still see a glimpse of the world he once dwelt, but it too was turning to dust, fading, from the old tall oak trees and shrubs to the denizens of the 7-mile loop Trailhead State Park, to the man still holding his fingers steadily in their complicated position. To dust they too became. He too was slowly starting to fade away, but he wasn't. Callum could feel the cells in his nimble, slender body buzzing with newfound energy as they quivered and trembled, submitting to the river's instructions. He felt the buzzing all throughout what remained of his body. It was almost like when your arm falls asleep, and you wake it and feel this weird sensation afterwards, as if pins were poking from every which way. Only this time around, it felt more like these pins were shooting away from him, in every which way. He had to trust his cells would know exactly where to go. He had to know, with every fiber of his being, that every little atom of his would reach their destination. As bipolar and malevolent as this magical river appeared to be, it still remained gentle in its delicate placement of the boy who survived its torment. The river would appear as a dreamlike experience once Callum awoke in a novel familial bubble, a universe parallel to his own. Thank you so much, and I would just like to say, please subscribe and like. I'm going to keep doing videos every week. I'm talking about topics that pertain to parallels, such as like chakras and energy manipulation and theories about parallel universes. Yeah. Feel free to comment any questions you may have and stuff like that. Also in the box down below there will be links to the book so that you can check out more about it, and our Facebook page. I also have a contest going on where once the page reaches 1,000 likes, this copy that I was actually reading from will be given away. So with that in mind, please go like the Facebook page, and have a great day, everybody.